Vedrai. This is going to be a fantastic film.
This game's up, old boy. No more jumping through hooks.
Don't be afraid. A new world of sound awaits you. A new world that requires all your magic powers.
Here I am at the South Bank in London. By the time you watch this blog, I'll be in Shetland. I'll be in the Mariel Art Centre, which is currently Shetland's only bespoke cinema. Now, I mention this because last week on the Radio 5 live show that I do with Simon May, I reviewed two films that specifically raised the issue of where your nearest cinema is and how easy it is to see the movies you want to see. One of them was Cockneys versus Zombies, which had played at Fright Fest, had taken the roof off Fright Fest. I think some people had slightly low expectations of it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was particularly well written. It was much funnier than I expected. I laughed out loud 5 or 6 times. And over the weekend, I had several tweets from people saying, I heard your review of Cockneys versus Zombies. I was kind of surprised by how much you liked it. Now I'm intrigued. Where can I get to see it? And the answer was, well, you had to seek it out. The other film for which that was true was Berberian Sound Studio, which for my money is one of the best films I've seen this year. It's a really extraordinary piece of work with a fantastic central performance by Toby Jones. And it's a film which relies partly on the power of suggestion, on the power of the mind. It's a film about somebody working in a 1970s sound studio making an Italian giallo film in which you don't see any of the gore on screen, but you just hear it. And somehow it becomes a strange psychodrama that some people have compared to the work of David Lynch. I think, actually, funnily enough, it's closer to a film like H.G. Clouseau's Inferno, that strange, dramatic documentary, or even Fernando Treba's The Dream of the Mad Monkey, the film that I keep going on about, but apparently nobody has seen. Anyway, a lot of people heard me reviewing Berberian Sound Studio and sent me messages saying, really great to hear you so excited about a film because I have a reputation for being a grumpy old git. Where can I see it? Because I'm really struggling to find a screening. Well, turned out that in the case of Berberian Sound Studio, it was available from Curzon On Demand. And more, this is becoming the future of distribution for movies which maybe aren't great big multiplex hits, but loads of people want to see. You have an on-demand service whereby at exactly the same time the film is playing in the cinema, you can watch it online. Some people are kind of averse to this because they're like, I want to see the film in the cinema. And in the case of Berberian Sound Studio, I completely understand. It is a film about cinema. It is a film specifically about the cinematic experience. I was lucky enough to see it in a screening. My question to you is this. If you really wanted to see Berberian Sound Studio and you couldn't get to a cinema, did you watch it on Curzon On Demand? And if you did you feel that the experience was in any way diminished? I mean, obviously, it's a payoff. Not seeing the film or seeing it in a way that may not be ideal. Or perhaps you think it is ideal, because bear in mind, if you see it at home, you don't have to put up with the rest of the audience perhaps not fully obeying the code. If you saw Cockneys versus Zombies, did you see it in a packed cinema? Because at Fright Fest, where it went down the best, it was absolutely full of fans, people who love that kind of film. So maybe it needs to be seen with a crowd, maybe it needs to be seen in the cinema. As far as Berberian Sound Studio is concerned, if you watched it at home on your computer, did it still have the same effect that I was overwhelmed by watching it in a cinema?
Colonna musicale.
L'attacco sacrificale alla signora Collatina è stato sventato e I tavoli sono stati brutalmente ribaltati.
Strike a light, man. What's he doing to her?
Massimo e Massimo, vai con la dimostrazione.
I didn't quite know I'd be working on this sort of film.
What did you expect?
Santini said something about equestrian?
Oh yeah, a horse riding girl. See? She's just not horse riding anymore, that's all.